There is a type of fear that is born only when we encounter the inexplicable during the solitary watch of the night. Imagine working a routine shift as a night watchman in a quiet condominium and suddenly coming across a presence that no one else sees and realizing that your whole life can fall apart because of a few seconds of bad luck. If you've ever experienced something unusual or felt the atmosphere grow inexplicably heavy, share it in the comments and subscribe. There's always someone up late looking for meaning in stories like this. David had always done everything to support himself, jumping from job to job, but he enjoyed the quietness of night shifts. He wasn't one to believe in anything he couldn't explain, until that night of suffocating silence, with the condominium streets so quiet that not even a dog barked. Nothing indicated that anything out of the ordinary would happen. On the contrary, it seemed like a night just like so many others, until the guardhouse doorbell rang at 1 a.m., marking the beginning of a sequence that would change any skeptic. Outside the guardhouse, through the cold images on the monitor, David saw a girl alone, tiny with straight blonde hair, tear-filled blue eyes, translucent skin under the yellowish light of the public streetlight. The old pink dress, the way she was whimpering, the simple request, "Sir, help me. I want my mom. They left me outside. I'm cold." There was no room for reason, only the instinct to help. David hurried out, guided by the fog of responsibility. The girl seemed lost, and despite the strangeness of the situation, her pleading look could melt any doubt. "Where do you live?" he asked, and she, with a sobbing silence, pointed to the house up ahead, her fragile little finger indicating a precise direction without hesitation. They both walked down the sleeping street under a petrol blue sky where the night seemed to be holding its breath. Upon arriving at the house, the girl explained, still trembling, "There's a key in the planter, but it's up high. I can't reach." Indeed, David found the key hanging in a plant pot. He opened the door, entered with the girl, and called out, "Is anyone home? I found a little girl outside. I'm bringing her in." That's when the normal world fragmented. A siren blared. Lights exploded in the rooms. A man appeared out of nowhere holding an iron bar. His wife was screaming. The dog was barking. David spun around, trying to explain to everyone about the girl, but when he turned to point to her, there was no one there. The girl, who had been by his side seconds earlier, had vanished without a sound, without footsteps, without a door slamming. Panic spread quickly. To the family, it was a stranger invading their home in the middle of the night. The chaos only increased, the alarm blaring, neighbors waking up startled, the police arriving soon after. David tried to explain himself, telling the story of the girl to his fellow watchmen and then to the police. No one understood. After all, no sane adult would have opened the door that way, let alone enter the house without permission, especially in the dead of night. David's colleague, pale, didn't take long to put the pieces together when David described the blue-eyed girl in the pink dress in detail. "You just described the daughter of the previous owners of this house," he murmured. "That girl died here years ago. She fell from the balcony while playing." The information chilled David. No one in the condominium ever talked about the subject. The new residents didn't even know the story, precisely to avoid rumors that could devalue the property. The camera footage proved that David had opened the gate alone, talking to the empty air, pointing to a girl that only he could see. Another clue, the key in the planter. Not even the current owners of the house knew about the existence of a spare key in that position, pointing to a past that insisted on remaining hidden. If it weren't for his colleague and the security footage, David's story might have ended tragically. He could have been accused of breaking and entering, of something worse, unjustly arrested for trying to help what he thought was a defenseless child, invisible to the rest of the world. The trauma of the night remained. David, a skeptic by nature, had to face the discomfort of knowing that there is a kind of pain that crosses years and walls. For weeks, he had trouble sleeping. The memory of the girl's face, the blue eyes asking for her mother, the inexplicable disappearance as soon as the chaos began. The whole scenario, from the unlocked door to the planter with the key, seemed like an echo that repeated itself to the present, as if she insisted on returning right when everything seemed peaceful. The following nights were sleepless. David refused all offers to work night shifts, changed jobs, and avoided passing near that condominium. Any possibility of seeing that look again petrified him. Friends suggested he forget about it, but anyone who has looked into the eyes of someone who shouldn't be there knows that forgetting is impossible. On every dark corner, every child alone or playing after 10, David saw reflections that made him doubt his own experience. He wondered if he would have done things differently, if he would have ignored the plea for help had he known the girl's story. From time to time, David dreams of her, a girl in a pink dress standing outside a closed door, knocking, always whispering the same phrase, "I just want to come in, sir. I just want my mom." No matter how much he tries to wake up, the dreams always end with the door opening and a spectral silence taking over the scene. He never spoke of the subject again, except in the rare moments when he needed to get rid of the anguish, like now, telling his story to others who know how to listen to the impossible. David's experience is one of those that transform the way we see the world. It's not enough to turn on a light or lock a door. There are traumas that wander through hallways and streets, just waiting for a good soul to repeat their pain. The supernatural doesn't always give a warning that it's coming, but it leaves the certainty that some memories never rest. Old residents of the area, now and then, report soft sounds coming from that house, a doorbell that rings on its own, small footsteps in the hallway. No one tells the new residents so as not to scare them, but the terror never ceased to exist. Looking back now, David feels a mixture of dread and relief for having told his story. And he understands that sharing what haunts us can prevent others from paying a high price for acts of compassion. If you believe the inexplicable can knock on anyone's door, share your story, leave it in the comments, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon. You never know when your watch will be tested by someone or something that just needs a helping hand in the dead of night.